Well, folks, our colleges are incentivizing horrible behavior from students. The latest example over at UC Davis, where people are smashing windows because they're angry at Charlie Kirk being there and being a right-wing guy. We are using state taxpayer dollars, dumbest people making the dumbest policy. We're using state taxpayer dollars to fund a bunch of baby idiots to smash windows when a person they disagree with speaks. According to Mediaite, a TPUSA event with Charlie Kirk at UC Davis plunged into chaos on Tuesday night when protesters, including Black Klan Antifa members, clashed outside the venue in a fracas that resulted in 2 arrests. 2? Kirk's appearance at the campus was already causing anxiety before the event. There was an opinion piece published in the Sacramento Bee the morning of the event in which the opinion assistant, Hannah Holzer, called Kirk a fascist and claimed that he called for the lynching of trans people, which of course is a lie, and the piece had to be corrected because it was a lie. The Bee then updated its piece, essentially adding Charlie Kirk's denial that he was calling for lynching. The video itself is rather astonishing. Charlie tweeted out, violent left-wing agitators just smashed through windows outside of the event venue here at UC Davis. Reports are that some of this group made their way into the building before police successfully removed them. Pray for peace and safety for all involved. Hundreds of protesters were on the campus ahead of the event, including a large group of law enforcement officers. The 2 groups clashed as objects were thrown, including eggs, while glass window panes were broken. Here's a little bit of the video. Here come the protesters. And the cops are rushing inside. They're locking the windows. And here these people come smashing the windows to try to get through at the people inside. Kicking the windows, smashing them. And these are the best educated among us. So glad that UC Davis, a state school, can have this sort of activity take place at it. After the event, UC Davis released a statement saying 1 police officer was injured in the clash, while 1 officer sustained an injury when he was jumped on from behind and pushed to the ground. So, good times. Protesters also blocked the walking path toward the event space, having been at the center of some of these fracases before. I can tell you that the wokies are perfectly happy to engage in violence when it serves their purpose. And, of course, they will be treated with kid gloves by the administration because the left is very fond of the wokies. They believe that they are essentially the shock troops for liberal social policy, even if they engage in policies that many on the left would say are a little over the top. The problem is they're just too passionate. They're too passionate. Well, they're simultaneously engaging in this sort of stuff, and meanwhile, the left is claiming that wokeness doesn't exist, that it's sort of a buzzword. Well, it's a garbage idea to listen to the Board of Supervisors over in San Francisco. Also a garbage idea to get your phone coverage from one of the big guys because you're just paying too much money. Pure Talk saves the average family over $900 a year when they switch from Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile. That is correct. You can save $900 a year on your wireless bill and still enjoy ultra-fast 5G service. Get unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $30 a month. Pure Talk is so sure you're going to love their service, they're backing it up with a 100% money-back guarantee. Stop paying a fortune to Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile. Cut your bill in half with Pure Talk. Their U.S.-based customer service team makes the switch super simple. Switch on over to Pure Talk in as little as 10 minutes while keeping your phone and your phone number. Your first month is guaranteed. Absolutely risk-free. I did this with all my business calls. It's great, saving me a bunch of money. Go to puretalk.com, enter promo code Shapiro, save 50% off your very first month of coverage. That's puretalk.com, promo code Shapiro. Pure Talk is simply smarter wireless. Restrictions apply. See site for details. There's no reason to get your cell phone coverage from a company that doesn't like you ideologically and also charges you too much money. Instead, switch on over to puretalk.com, enter promo code Shapiro, save 50% off your very first month of coverage. That's puretalk.com, promo code Shapiro. Well, a great way to kill the economy is to give $5 million to people based on race. But here is a sad truth. We will all die someday. Not just the economy. We'll all die. And that means that you need a will. Okay? Like if you got dependents, people who depend on you, or for example, you just want to make sure that your wishes are actually preserved by the people around you in case of, God forbid, a medical emergency. You need a will, a living will. Epic Will can make all this happen for you. Creating a will is one of the most important things you can do to ensure your belongings and your loved ones are taken care of after you pass away. My partners at Epic Will can help you get set up with a will today. For just $119 in as little as 5 minutes, Epic Will can help you create your last will and testament, your living will, even your healthcare power of attorney. Go to epicwill.com/Shapiro. Get my discount code. Save an extra 10% on your complete will package. With Epic Will's easy-to-use template, all you have to do is fill in the blanks. Go to epicwill.com/Shapiro to save 10% on Epic Will's complete will package. That's epicwill.com/Shapiro. Again, epicwill.com/Shapiro, epicwill.com/Shapiro. Save 10%. So meanwhile, while the wokes are breaking windows and dictating policy in San Francisco, they're pretending that the word woke doesn't actually exist. So yesterday, there was a clip that went viral. I understand that anytime someone freezes on TV, it goes viral. But This was going viral as evidence that the right doesn't know what wokeness is, which is unbelievably stupid. The right does know, in fact, what wokeness is. So for many people who don't spend their lives in this, wokeness, it's sort of like Justice Potter Stewart said about pornography. You know it when you see it. But I think the way that it bleeds down to most people is essentially weaponized political correctness. It's political correctness with a new equity guise. Well, Bethany Mandel, who is the author of a new book called Stolen Youth with DW Books, it is now a national bestseller. She was on a show called Rising with Brianna Joy Gray. The lead up to this particular clip, and I called Bethany to ask her about it, the lead up to this particular clip apparently was that off the air, Brianna Joy Gray was saying on a hot mic that Bethany could hear about how much she really does not like parents and thinks that parents have kids as an act of narcissism and stuff. Bethany happens to be a mother of 7, including a mother of 6, including a newborn. In any case, that threw her off. But this clip went viral, not just because it's always, good TV when someone freezes up or has a bad moment on TV, but because the left used this as evidence that the right has been using wokeness as sort of a catch-all term that means nothing in order to rip on people, which is not true. Here's the clip, and then we'll discuss Bethany's actual definition.
And probably fewer of them consider themselves to be woke. And so, when we talk about traditional...
What does that mean to you? Would you mind defining woke? Because it's come up a couple times, and I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
So, woke is sort of the idea that this is going to be one of those moments that goes viral. Woke is something that's very hard to define, and we've spent an entire chapter defining it. It is sort of the understanding that we need to totally reimagine and redo society in order to create hierarchies of oppression. It's hard to explain in a 15-second soundbite.
Okay, so the left said, oh my gosh, she couldn't explain it in a 15-second soundbite. So later, Bethany tweeted out her definition of wokeness, which, again, there is a real definition of wokeness. I've given it myself. I've given full speeches on it. Bethany tweeted out, quote, a radical belief system suggesting that our institutions are built around discrimination and claiming that all disparity is a result of that discrimination. It seeks a radical redefinition of society in which equality of group result is the endpoint enforced by an angry mob. That's a pretty good definition. So again, there are a bunch of definitions of wokeness, but they all share these same common features, right? It is the equity claim of the Biden administration that anytime you see an imbalance in life, that is due to evils in the system that must be destroyed because the systems are actually systems of oppression and power. That's what it means. But the left started trotting this thing around in order to claim that wokeness doesn't actually exist. And this is just high-level gaslighting. The notion that the right has no idea what wokeness is just a way for them to avoid the consequences of their own crap woke policies. So, for example, there's a piece by Philip Bump, wildly dishonest columnist for the Washington Post, titled "A Viral Moment Reinforces the Hollowness of Woke as an Attack." Mandel had been asked a seemingly simple question by Gray. She was on the show to promote a book she wrote with another conservative writer, Carol Markowitz, a book that purports to demonstrate how radicals are indoctrinating young people in America. And then he quotes her. And then he says, we might rephrase that slightly. Woke, as often deployed by the right, refers to something emanating from or related to culture war issues that you understand as or want to portray as bad. Right? So vagueness of woke is a pejorative, has come into relief in recent days, et cetera, et cetera. So woke doesn't actually exist. So you guys coined the term, and you guys defined the term, and then you guys expanded the term so that it applies to virtually everything. And then when Bethany freezes on TV, that means wokeness doesn't exist. This stupid game, it may obscure for the moment what exactly you are trying to do, but it doesn't actually obscure your policy. And that's the thing. Your policies themselves will have consequences. Call them woke, don't call them woke, it doesn't really matter all that much. The fact of the matter is that your ideology boils down to bad policy. And that bad policy has consequences. And those consequences are evident for everyone to see. And we are seeing people right now vote with their feet, vote with their money. This is going to have dramatic ramifications for the future of the United States. The fact that this ideology has pervaded into the highest echelons of the Democratic Party and down to the lowest echelons of American society in terms of income, in terms of socioeconomic status, and all of the rest. To pretend that wokeness doesn't exist while you guys actively promote it is pretty incredible. Alrighty, guys, the rest of the show is continuing right now. You're not going to want to miss it. We'll be getting into the mailbag. If you're not a member, become a member. Use code Shapiro at checkout for 2 months free on all annual plans. Click the link in the description and join us.